Well, hello everybody. Happy Friday Eve. You'll notice that I didn't say happy Friday, I said happy Friday Eve because it is the eve of Friday and the eve of the weekend. Should have got straightened out here before I started filming this, but anyways. It's a Thursday evening. This will be probably our third last Thursday coming up here, our third last weekend, so Anchor Girl and I are taking advantage of the fact that it's stopped raining, and we came over here. It's just about, what, 6 o'clock, I guess, now,
yeah,
honey?
Quarter after.
And we're going to spend the night here aboard Boogaboo, and of course the weekend. It's getting chilly out, as you can see. I'm in a sweatshirt. This is the first time I have come to the boat in a sweatshirt since probably middle of June. So the weather is definitely turning cooler. Today in real time is Thursday, September 26, 2019. And the reason I'm talking to you is not to lament the end of the boating season, which is rapidly approaching us, but to say I just want to explain something because if you've been following my Epic Boat Cruise 2019 series, the most recent episode that I released, actually today, this morning, is us leaving Trentport Marina in Trenton, and we headed north. Now I know that has been and is going to be met with a few groans in the audience because people are going to say, "Oh man, I thought we were going to continue on Lake Ontario and travel farther afield." So before there's any more groans about it, I just want to make mention that. Excuse me, just got to do something because my camera is blinking at me. I just want to explain why we turned around at Trenton and started heading north. And now, also keep in mind, spoiler alert, that was our first turnaround. When we got down there, we were hoping to go to the Rideau Canal for a couple of days. We've never done that in the past, and I was hoping at least that we can get out that way, Kingston, and maybe at the Rideau, go in a few locks, spend 2, 3, 4 nights, and then turn around and come back and say, yay, we did part of the Rideau at least. However, timing was not with us, simply because every year, if for those who are uninitiated, in the last 2 weeks of July is what is called a construction holiday in the province of Quebec. Now, Quebec is right beside Ontario, more to the east. The Rideau Canal runs from Kingston on Lake Ontario up to Ottawa, and directly across the Ottawa River at that point is the other side is Quebec, the province of Quebec. And given the fact that the construction holiday, which, like I said, only runs 2 weeks, and again, a background on that is they shut down the entire construction industry for those 2 weeks in July. So that means contractors, suppliers, and everybody involved with it closes up shop. They all agree, okay, we're all on holidays and we're going to go. Now, of course, there's a lot of them who are boaters, and as you can imagine, if you only have 2 weeks to get out and get back, a lot of them are somewhat hell-bent on getting to where they want to go in a big hurry so that they can get back. We've witnessed it ourselves on the Trent Severn Waterway. So what our concern was that if we got to the Rideau Canal, it may have been really busy at that point, because when we left Trenton, I think that was on a Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken, and we were hoping to be at Kingston in a couple of days. I had actually booked an overnight slip at Picton Marina, which is kind of halfway between Trenton and Kingston, and then I booked 2 nights at Confederation Harbor in Kingston itself. And first of all, I was really, really happy. And I thought, wow, we lucked out, because Confederation Marina is supposed to be really, really busy and hard to get into, especially in July. So I thought, man, we lucked out, so we got 2 nights. The only thing is that you have to pay for the first night, and if you don't cancel within 48 hours or something, you lose that first night's payment. So long story short is, when we decided, when it was time for us to leave Trenton, the wind had forecast to come up considerably, which it did. So we said, well, we'll just stay put for another night in Kingston, or sorry, in Trenton, before moving on. And so by that point, we couldn't get an overnight at Picton, and it was getting too close to the start of the weekend, which would have been the start of the 2 weeks holidays for the Quebec construction holidays. So we just said, you know what, rather than fight it and end up not getting anywhere that we were hoping to go, especially on the Rideau, and have you know, a lot of boats that we would have to deal with. At that point, as you know, if you're watching the video, we've already been fighting for spots with the loopers at some of the places, and you'll see that more as we carry on as well in this series. So we just said, you know what, the heck with that. This will be our turnaround, and we'll head north. And the anchor girl says, well, you know, she didn't want me to be sad because she knew that I wanted to go a little bit farther to new places. So I said, no, you know what, we'll go to Georgian Bay, which is what we did. So like I say, spoiler alert, but for any of you guys who are following me on Facebook or Instagram, you'll have already seen the post that I put from our time up there. So, but that's going to be way farther down along in this series. So anyways, that's the reason why. Don't be mad at me. Don't be sad because we didn't get to Kingston. That'll be a trip for another day. But of course, next time we plan that, we'll plan to be there well ahead of or well after the Quebec construction holiday. Just to make sure we can get to all the places that we were hoping to get to. So that's that. That's my explanation, Lucy, and I'm sticking with it. And so hopefully you will carry on with the rest of the series and really enjoy it. Right now, I think was episode 12. And I'm going to have at least 25 episodes. So we're not even halfway through this series yet. So every Thursday, new one's coming out. I'm just going to wrap up this one by saying, yes, we're here on the boat. And it's so nice to be on the boat. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to these next 3 weekends. And we'll leave it at that. And it'll be nice. And it'll be nice to be on the boat and spending time on Boogaboo. As long as we can. Right, honey?
Yep.
Right. Okay, so I'll leave it there. Look forward to your comments. And we'll see you on the next one. Cheers. Hey guys, really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. Hopefully you're going to subscribe so you don't miss any of the new content. And don't forget that I also post daily on Facebook and Instagram, so there's always lots of boating content there to check out. Now if you'd like to support the channel even more, head on over to my Patreon page where there's even more unique content, as well as have early access to my videos. And don't forget that links to all of my accounts, plus a whole lot more, can be found at boatingwithboogaboo.com. And again, thanks for supporting the channel, thanks for following our adventures, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Cheers!
Cheers.
Cheers!